Hello everyone, welcome. My name is MJ Pestridge. Welcome to the continuation of the Aerosoft event. We are here in Las Vegas. I've been playing the slots all night and I'm absolutely broke now. Vegas rinsed me dry, so I even had to sell some fuel to get some money going for this flight. Yeah, so we're here in Vegas. Passengers have not yet boarded. Let's show the route. We are heading off to Minneapolis to the airport from Vegas, so it's basically across the country, so it should be a good flight. I'm not on VATSIM, but we are using Pro ATC. Absolutely like nobody about on VATSIM, I think. So oh, look at this, man. Vegas, I'm telling you, is such a beautiful city here. I mean, I was out all night, I must say. That's it. It was like the movie Flight with Denzel Washington. Do you know what I mean? I've been up all night. So but anyway, don't let the company know and we'll be all right. So right, we're scheduled to depart at 11:30 and right now it's 11 o'clock, so we best get the show on the road. Let's get the fuel going. Let me just... hello, yes. Can I order a fuel truck, please, to come and fill up the British Caledonian BAC1-11, please? Yeah? Thank you very much. I mean, there is a fuel truck right behind the plane. You know what I mean? So, they want me to close the door? What? That's a bit weird, isn't it? Okay, I'll close the door. I've closed the door, mate. That's a bit weird. I mean, are we not allowed on board when they're fueling or something? Okay, so I can hear the fuel truck. They're moving the stairs away. What's going on here? Man, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. That's the rule, isn't it? They got their own way of doing things here, so... right, okay. I don't actually see a fuel truck, but I did hear it. Fuel truck is on the way. Oh, okay, we just gotta wait, I guess. Hey, there's a plane coming in there. Beautiful. So I mean, we can't call for the boarding of the passengers or the crew yet until the fuel truck comes. Which, oh, here it comes. I can see it in the distance. It's on its way. How much fuel do we need? We need 28,000 pounds, 557. Oof! Look at that, beautiful. Jet blue there, coming in. Nice. And then here comes Mr. Fuel. Right, here's the fuel truck. Boom. Fuel us up, boys. Watch the wing, mate. Right, so £28,000 is what we need. The most they can give us is 25,000. Guys, might be a little bit short of fuel here. It's all right as long as we don't load up the baggage weight. You know what I mean? We'll be all right. We'll be all right. Right. Everyone is there now. We can open the doors and call for the peoples. So there we go. Right, so we're waiting for the crew, we're waiting for the people. We might as well do our walk around and make sure everything is kosher. So, oh, look at Vegas. Okay, so let's quickly make sure everything's looking good here. Engine, very good. Wings, yep. Slats, flaps, no cracks in the fuselage. It's all looking really good. Yep. Good. Leading edges, no cracks. Don't know why I'm doing it from such a distance, but okay. Flaps, engine.
Over here.
Tail.
Go there. Okay, go there.
So that looks good. That looks good.
Stop.
Oh, ow. Hello. Yes.
Hello.
Can I help
Hello. Yes, you pilot? You
yes,
pilot me?
I'm a pilot. I'm a
You
pilot.
me?
You?
You take me pilot fly?
I am a pilot flying today. And I've got my flight plan, and
Yes.
I've got 112 passengers on board. So
but you take me though.
who are you?
Natasha, my husband say you take me.
Your husband says
Da.
what? Hang on.
I need you.
Is this a
take
setup?
No. I need you take me to New York.
You need to go to New York.
Yeah,
We're going to Minnesota.
But husband say you take me.
Hang on a second. Let me step away from this plane because I'm actually getting deafened here. Let's stand over here away from the.
Okay.
Right. So you need to go to New York.
Da.
And we're going to Minnesota.
But
who's your husband?
Problem.
Right. Okay. Yeah. I'm sorry. Your problem mouth's wife.
Da.
Right.
Da. You take me
Okay.
New York.
I'm
Now,
with you now.
yes.
Yeah. I was meant to meet you in California.
Yes. Hendu.
Hendu. A Hendu. Right.
Yes.
In Vegas.
Yes.
Sweet. Must have been a good night.
Yes.
So, well, don't want to know anything about that, but no worries. I know what's going on now. So, yes, we're not going straight to New York. We're going to Minnesota first. Then we're going on to Toronto after that. And then finally hitting New York. So it's going to be about 3 days before we get to New York. Is that okay?
This is fine. I
this
don't
fine?
need to go anywhere.
Okay,
This is
so
fine.
Problem I've told me that you wanted to, learn aviation and how to fly a plane.
Yes.
So you're wanting me to basically
Yes, you show me how you
show
do
you
it.
how to.
You show me how you do it.
Okay, well, the crew have just gotten on board now, so they're going to start their daily routine stuff. You can help me set the plane up if you want. Here
Okay.
is the checklist. So you could basically just go through those checklist items, and if you have any questions, I hopefully I can help and answer.
This is good.
Yeah.
This is good.
Okay. Is that a bottle of vodka in your?
Vodka? Not yet.
Okay, because I mean we can't be getting drunk on board. Okay, this isn't a movie.
Might still be drunk.
Hey.
Might still be drunk.
You might still be drunk.
Yes.
Okay, well don't worry because I had a late night as well. I got tanked up and
Oh, tanked.
I
What's
went out.
this tanked?
I went out in Vegas. In fact, I met up with some European chick.
Woo-hoo.
Don't even remember. I mean, in fact, her name might have been
no.
Natasha. I don't even know. And so
Wasn't me.
it was. It wasn't you, right? Okay. All right. Let's get into the flight deck, Shaggy. So right. Wait, where are you running to? She's run off. She's run off. Right, let's get these passengers on board. It's really loud, that is. Why is that really loud? Okay. Are you okay?
Yes.
A bit of a coughing fit then.
I'm good. I'm
okay.
Good.
Right, so we set these seatbelt signs and tell them we're ready for boarding.
I come through, we're ready to get going now, so as soon as you're ready, you can open the doors and start letting the passengers on board. Thank you.
No problem.
Okay, so passengers are going to start boarding soon. So what we need to do now is prepare the aircraft for takeoff. So first things first is I need to call the tower and get clearance for our flight, which is a very important part of it. Like, if they don't give us clearance, we can't fly out of here. So let me... oh, hang on. Before I do this, I need to make sure we're actually on ground power. Turn the battery on. Yep. We are on the... There we go. And the frequency for ground is 118. So communication 118. 118. So contact ground and say, yo, what's up, dudes?
Clearance delivery BCC-1704 with the information request clearance.
Bravo Charlie 1704. Clear to Kilo Mike Sierra Papa via the Golf India Delta Golf Tango 2 transition Victor Echo Romeo Kilo November departure route, and then as filed climate maintain 1000. Expect flight level 210 within 10 minutes after departure. Departure frequency is 125.9er. Squawk 7323. Altimeter 29er.71.
Clear to Kilo Mike Sierra Papa via AG Golf Tango 2 transition VR Kilo November runway 19er left. Climbing 1000. Expect flight level 210. Departure on 125.9er. Squawk 7323. Altimeter 29er.71. BCC 1704.
Bravo Charlie 1704. Read correct.
Right, so
Contact ground on 121.1.
Roger.
squawk code is 7323. We've got clearance to take off from runway 19 left along the Gidget Virkin way, sort of departure routing. We're cleared up to 11,000 and then up to 21,000. So let's get these passengers on board. 111 people to board. And while they're doing that, we shall have a look at our departure. So, our departure is taken off from this location, and then off that runway, and then looks like doing some sort of right turn. Let me open up the charts, and now the departure. We are on the Gidget to RNAV. So we basically have to go this course here to the Leland. We have to be below 8,000. Then we have to be above 5,000 to get when we're here. Above 6, above 7. And then they'll allow us to continue to climb 14. And then we're on up to our normal 21,000 feet thing. So 19 left. So the heading is 194. And then we intercept course 271 to cross Leiden at 8,000 below, and then on track to 336 to cross Geelen at or above 5,000, and we have to keep the speed below 230 knots, and then on track to 050 to cross back at above 6,000, then on to 058 to to cross alloy at or above 7, and then on to 079 to cross Tila at or above 14, and then on 079 to Gidget. And then once we're at Gidget, we can go up to 11,000 and to our first VOR point, which is 115.2. So you won't have to worry about any of this, Natasha. I'll handle the navigation of the plane.
Good.
You don't have to worry about that.
Too much information.
Too much information, yeah. I think if you be in charge of the checklist and running through the items of setting up the plane, that will be enough. Okay. So we've got 83 passengers on board. So far the checklist, the battery is on, and we're on the and that is it.
7323.
I better squawk this because they're gonna go nuts at me.
1704.
7323.
What is squawk?
So squawk is a code which identifies this plane. It identifies this plane. I can't see this. There we go. 7 to the control tower. Why is that not letting me do that? There we go. 7323. Oh, where's the... I want to get first, second.
Fingers too big.
There we go. There we go. Yeah, I think I've got chunky monkey fingers. Right, yeah, so the squawk code basically is an identifier for the control tower. They assign us a number to identify this aircraft. It's a randomized number. It doesn't really mean anything to us, but to them, on their system, what they see, the view is basically with our flight number. It's a code, and sometimes a squawk code can actually mean something. Like if we're being hijacked, there is a squawk, I think it's like 7500, that I can squawk into my device, and I can just do it very casually. Nobody would see it, and yet it would tell ATC we have been hijacked and under attack. So there's plenty of ways to inform using the squawk system for the transponder, and it's just, as I say, a way of tracking this plane in flight. Right. 7323. I did 7323, mate. I don't know why he's still telling me. Anyway, so what is the first checklist item?
Okay, so battery already on.
Battery is on, check.
Okay. APU control on.
APU control is now on, check.
APU startup push in.
I'm pushing in the APU start, and it is now starting up.
APU gen control on.
APU gen control to the normal.
And air delivery valve open.
Open the air delivery valve.
Air crossfeed valve open.
Air crossfeed valve open, check.
And we go LP valves open.
LP valves, that's the transfer.
Transfer valve pump open.
LP, there we go. LP valves are open.
Transfer valve pump on.
Transfer pump valves are all on.
Booster pumps on.
Booster pumps are on and silent.
Aircon masters APU.
Aircon masters selected to the APU.
No smoking signs on.
Check. No smoking, and seatbelt signs are on. Check.
Emergency lights on normal.
Emergency lights are armed. Check to the normal.
What's this? Pit dot heat times 4. Check and off.
They are all off. Check.
Anti-icing off.
Anti-icing is off. Check.
Hydraulic quantity in green.
The hydraulics are in the green. Check.
Hydraulic DC pump off.
DC pump is off. Check.
Hydraulic pumps ENG and aux all on.
All of the auxiliary pumps and engine pumps on. Check.
Aileron and rudder trim check and center.
Check, centered.
Nav lights on.
Navigational light and beacon light is on. Check.
Fuel is on board.
The fuel,
Gauges against flight plan.
gauges.
Gauges.
Gorgeous. Gauges.
Yes.
Gauges. Yes, we have got fuel on board, and well, it's as much as they'll give us. That's all I can say.
Parking brakes on.
Parking brake is set. Check.
Air isolation valve open.
Air isolation valve set to open. Check.
Aircon masters closed.
Air conditioning masters closed.
Ram air valve none.
Ram air valve is set to normal. Yes.
Stop.
Yep.
Pressure valve, safety valve open.
Check.
Engine generator control trip off.
Trip both the engine
Generator
control. Check.
Start clearance obtained from ATC.
So we got permission. It's now start engines. So yeah, we need to do that from ATC. So now that we're on the APU, we can turn off the ground power. And there's 13 people left getting on board. So, and when that's happened, we can get permission. Well, we can get permission now actually. So yeah, I'll request startup and pushback.
Ground BC1704. Request startup and pushback.
Beacon. I haven't obtained permission.
Startup and pushback approved.
Startup and pushback has approved.
Startup
Let me just put in the
BC1704.
pressure for this airport 1016 and set the speeds. Maximum speed today is 300. V1 is 130. Rotation is 140. And V2 is going to be 160, meaning that is 180. Beautiful. Right. We can now close these doors. Everybody seems to be on board. And there we go. Girls, arm them doors, please. And I'll address the cabin.
That's great, thank you.
There we go. Yo, welcome aboard, everyone.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking, and on behalf of myself, the first officer, and the cabin crew, I'd just like to give you a warm welcome on board the aircraft. As you may have noticed, we've now closed the doors and expect to be departing in just a few moments. If you could get yourself seated and secured while we get ready for pushback, it would be most appreciated. If you require any assistance from the cabin crew, please press the button above your head and be sure to listen to the safety briefing that we'll be playing in a few moments. You'll hear from me again once we reach our cruising altitude, but for now, once again, welcome aboard and thank you for flying with us.
Right, let's get pushback. I don't know if we really do need to push back, to be fair. I think we could just take off, but we'll get pushback anyway. So, unsecure the aircraft. What was that checklist item you said?
Beacon.
Beacon is on.
Beacon on.
Check.
Engine top temperature on.
Check.
Connecting now, so we'll push it back in just a couple of minutes.
Throttle closed.
Brake is set, please.
Check. Secure aircraft and call services off. Check. And park and brake is set. Check.
Okay, we go engine start.
Looking the gear now.
Is this what we
Once they start pushing us back and give permission to engine start, then we can. We haven't had that permission yet. I'm going to just tune in the first VOR point while we wait. Get off. So it's going to be 115.2. And then the next one is 112.6. There we go. And so basically we want to be pushed back. There we go.
Tug is in position and bypass pin is inserted.
Right.
Ready to push. Apron is clear. Release parking brakes.
Releasing parking
Pushing
brakes.
now. The aircraft is clear.
Heading
Engines
mode.
at your discretion.
Okay, they've given us permission to start the engines. What's the first item?
Southwest
left
4757. It's cleared out of the runway. Request taxi to
Open.
parking.
Open the left cock. Yep.
Activate Bravo. Okay, Charlie 14.
Via Bravo.
Left
2
engine
gate. Charlie
start
14.
switch,
Southwest
start and motor.
4757.
Start to the motor. Left engine start. And engine start is going.
Okay. Disconnect ground power.
Well, we already done that one because
you already did this.
we're being pushed back.
Why you already did this?
Well, because we're being pushed back, and it's a connection to a little box which can't be moving with us. So they ground crew did that for me. So
Why here in checklist then?
just to make sure that it does get connected. If they forget, then it's a backup item.
Bus and generator fail lights check all out.
I'm just waiting for the first engine to kick in. It doesn't seem to be catching.
You got problem?
I don't know. I don't hear the engine kicking in. Right, so that might be the first one done. So the second one now. Oh, I haven't opened up the cock. Do that again.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. We ask that you please
Engine, both engines start.
Complete. Set parking brakes and confirm.
Parking brake set. Second engine, I think, has lit. So that's a motor. It's a relight. One engine 1 and 2 looks like it's set and working. It's like we got 2 engines are good to go.
Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the crew, I ask that you please
Okay, engines are fired and good to go. Yep, both engines are working.
Okay, I go to bus generator.
Note that the nearest exit
Have you
may
done
be
it?
behind you.
We go to the bus generator.
Bus and generator fail
So the
lights.
cabin
Right.
check
All out.
So I'm on the APU. Bus generators are not all out. They're all lit up.
Place the mask over
So
Check all out.
they're all lit up.
the
So
stripes attached. If
Subject
you travel
selected and
with
clear.
children, make sure
Bypass
that
bin
no
has
one
been
is
removed.
exposed before helping your children.
so
The likely
there's
benefit
bits
of
here
this
that
situation
you've
is
missed.
to your
Ah.
So when both engines are started,
An emergency lighting will legit the closest exit and
Switch
slide.
the left and right engine
To
gen
make sure
controls
that
to
all carry-on
reset.
baggage is
Reset.
stored away safely
And then
during the
norm.
flight. While we
and
wait,
then norm.
please take
Clear
care
left
of
and right.
data cards and
Disconnecting
visit
now.
boxes in front
Have a
of
good
you.
flight. Bye bye.
Check. They have.
Check all gauges. Normal readings. Then turn start master
Check.
knob to off.
Off. Check.
Ignition switch to off.
Check.
APU air delivery valve, air crossfeed valve to off.
Check.
Turn off APU by turning APU control switch off.
Do I switch the power to the engine first?
Unless your flight duration is 1 hour or less, turn off APU, switch to off, and APU gen control to trip.
Right. So APU gen control, and then trip, and then switch the APU off, trip it. There we go. All gen bus lights are out.
Perfect.
What's next? All gen bus lights are out.
Aircon masters APU or open if off.
So set to the open position. Check.
Anti-ice as required.
Temperature outside is 16 degrees, and it's going to be. It's not going to get to minus 15 until we're 18,000, so we don't have to worry about anti-ice just yet.
Okay. Control surfaces checked.
Control surfaces are free and clear and working. Let me set the trim.
Now remove GPU by switching off to external power.
We are off the external power, most definitely. We are on the engine power now.
Perfect. Before takeoff?
Okay, let me get permission to taxi to our runway.
Ground BCC
I'll turn on the lights.
Bravo Charlie, Charlie 1704. Taxi feed Hotel Foxtrot to runway 19 left.
By Hotel Foxtrot 2, runway
19 left.
BCC 1704.
Right, we got permission to taxi.
To the forward side of each cabin, to the TV monitors for a brief important safety message about our the captain has turned on the Falcon seatbelt.
And we'll set flaps. Oh no, we won't. We'll wait till we get the checklist item for that. Right, so we're just waiting for our dude to come pick us up, and he'll take us to the runway. Wherever that may be. Where is he? Here he comes, right behind.
If you believe you could be injured, do not wish to or cannot perform the functions listed, please notify a flight attendant. At this time, we also request that you install your electronic devices until we are above 10,000 feet. I will notify you when it is safe to bring these items out for use. If there's any question as to what device you can use on
Here he is. Oh, there's a helicopter back there. Look at that.
Thank you for your attention.
Yeah.
The problem used to fly those.
Yeah?
Yes. He crashed in my village.
Did he?
Yes.
Is that how you met?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. Right, so, where is the dude gone? He's gone behind us and disappeared. What the? Oh, where is he gone? Here he is. Okay, so, he's going to take us to the runway. He seems a bit erratic to me.
Know where he's gone?
I don't know. He looks a bit erratic to me. He seems like a bit of a madman. Right, so, here we go. Brakes off. Engines alive. Do a run up. Beautiful. And we're away. Taxi lights on, check. Okay, what was that taxi checklist?
Okay, before takeoff, hydraulic pumps, aux 1 on, aux 2 off.
Auxiliary 2 pump off, check.
Aux 1 on.
Auxiliary 1 is on, check.
Good. Door warning lights all out.
Door warning lights are all out, check.
Parking brakes off.
Parking brake is off, we're rolling.
Flaps, slats, select for takeoff.
Flaps select for takeoff, check.
Battery check on.
Battery is still on, check.
Speed brakes checked and 0.
Speed brakes checked and zeroed.
Trims set for takeoff.
Trim
3
is
degrees, no,
3 degrees up, check.
Takeoff speeds checked and set.
Takeoff speeds are checked and set.
Flight instrument checked and set.
All my avionics, flight instruments are checked and set.
WestJet 1333. Taxi feed
out.
Charlie to runway 26 right.
Check.
Via Charlie to runway 26 right. WestJet
Flap set for takeoff, check.
Landing lamps as required.
Landing lamps are ready for the runway, check.
Pitot heaters on.
Pitouts
Cabin
on,
crew seats for takeoff.
Anti-icing
check.
as required.
No anti-icing needed. I'll put the side window heat on though.
Yeah. Autopilot off.
Autopilot is off, check.
Transponder on. Check the code.
Transponder is on, 7323, check.
Good. Cabin pressurization check.
Cabin pressurization check has been set for our altitude of 210.
Start switches both set to relight.
Yes, both set to relight. Check.
Water injection on.
Yes, it is. Check.
Engine top temperature on.
Engine top temperature check is on.
Takeoff clearance obtained.
That's exactly what we're going to do now.
Tower BCC 1704. On holding position, runway 19 left.
Bravo Charlie, Charlie 1704. Contact tower on 118.75.
118.75 BCC.
Here we go. We're about to get permission. Yo, tower, give us permission.
Tower BCC 1704. On holding position, runway 19 left.
BCC 1704. Line up runway 19 left.
Permission to line up on the runway. Check.
BCC 1704.
This is 19 right, so we need to get over to 19 left. I don't see any traffic coming in, so that's why he gave us clearance. Beautiful. Vegas, baby.
No, Vegas was good.
Yeah?
Yes.
So what, when we get in the air, we can have a chat. Until we get up to a certain altitude, it's business about the takeoff. So, right, we need to get back in because we are getting on the runway. So landing lights on, set to land. Land. Yep. Land on, check. Okay, they're going to give us permission to go.
BAC1-11 wind 230 at 17, runway 19 left, clear for takeoff. Good flight.
I didn't set my 194. 194. We are cleared for takeoff. Here we go. What's the Russian for rock and roll?
Rock and roll?
Rock and roll! Here we go. Let's go. Here we go. So when this speedometer gets to the third bar, that's when we're going to be lifting off. So we better hope it gets there before the end of the runway.
Let's hope. I don't think I should have that vodka.
Here we go. It's going to get there. It'll get there. Here we go. Ready. And rotation. Boom. And we're in the air. Positive rate. Gear up. Beautiful. Look at it go. Now we got to get back in before we stall this plane out. Okay, so now I have to follow directions here. So climb on heading 194 to intercept course 271. Got to make sure put the flaps up for the speed. Got to keep the speed at a certain level. And we need to turn 271. So 271 is to our left. No, it's not. It's to our right. So we need to get rid of this. 271. And 271 is when we get to, we have to keep it below 8,000. We're at 4, and speed is creeping, so bring those throttles back a little bit. Not too much. Then we have to turn to 336 as we climb up. 336. 336. Not too much. We keep the speed low. God's sakes, that is so annoying. 336. Do you know what? I think I'm gonna stick this in autopilot mode. So autopilot on. Altitude switch. Selected. And we are pitched really high. There we go, coming down. Right. So 336 is this way. Right. After takeoff checklist, please.
Departure BCC 1704, passing 8,000, 600 for 11,000.
BCC.
Gear up, check, lights out.
Radar contact cleared to fly at GIA Golf Tango.
Say again, sorry?
DER Kilo November.
Flaps up.
Climb and maintain 1000.
Flaps up at 180, check.
Flight GIA Golf Tango to transition.
APU is off, check.
November, departure, climb and maintain 1000.
Start switches to off.
1704.
Check.
Landing lamps up and off.
Not until we get to 10,000, which we're at now actually, so landing lamps up. Check.
Aircon master open.
1704.
Just bear with me in 1 sec.
Section Alpha, Lima, Oscar, Lima, Yankee, turn right, heading 065. Climb and maintain flight level
065.
Clear for Alpha, Lima, Oscar, Lima, Yankee, intersection, heading 065.
They're just vectoring us, so 065, check.
1541. Climb to 9,000.
Climbing to 9,000. Southwest.
They're just vectoring me, so just bear with me a second. They're making sure we're going the right way.
I hear you probably never go the right way.
I'm always the right way. It's the landings you gotta be careful of. Oh yeah. Okay. Boom. Okay, what was the checklist again, please?
From start,
From where we left off.
I do aircon master is open.
Air conditioning master set to open. Check.
APU air delivery closed.
Check.
This is Captain speaking.
Check.
Altimeter set.
Altimeter set for standard.
11,000 feet. Enter the ground speed of
1013. Check.
Hydraulic pumps both off.
Hydraulic pumps are. Hydraulic pumps.
Hydraulic pumps off one, option off.
Auxiliary hydraulics off. Okay.
Fuel transfer pump valve on and open when climb established.
1 second, they're giving me new instructions. What was that? Sorry, you said?
Fuel transfer pumps valves on and open when climb established.
Yes, they're all still on. Check.
And that's it.
That's it. Okay, cool. Soon.
Departure WestJet 1333. With you passing 6,000 for 11,000.
1333. Roger. I'm to 11,000.
Climbing to 11,000. WestJet 1333.
We've been given permission, I think, to go up to our cruise altitude. Yep, to 1,000. So we're heading up. So I'm going to increase our rates.
Maintain altitude.
Present altitude WestJet 1333.
And we will be turning to the left in a minute. As soon as we get to... Actually, we can go now, I think. What is that first VOR? EKR. Let's see if we can ask them for a direct to EKR.
Request direct to Echo Kilo Romeo BCC 1704.
BCC 1704. Cleared to Echo Kilo
Cleared.
Romeo.
Beautiful. We can go straight to our first VOR point now.
Cleared to Echo Kilo Romeo VOR heading 040 BCC 1704.
Boom. Wow. Look at that. Nothing but desert now as far as the eye can see. If you look outside your right window, you should see a nice shot of the desert out there.
Yes, all I see is desert.
Yeah. Bye bye Vegas.
Very nice, Damsky, very nice.
Damsky. Okay. So we are now heading.
1333. I'm to 9,000.
Climbing to 9,000. WestJet 1333.
This plane doing? We got 90. Hang on, that's increasing. That is. Where's our plane going? This isn't correct. I don't think we're going in the right way here. 115.2. 115.2. I don't think it's actually picked up our waypoint correctly. So
What does this mean?
it means it means we're going away because I need to do a turn here because we're heading in the wrong direction. It's because this here is increasing, it should be decreasing the miles here. So that means we're moving away from our VOR point. So effectively we need to turn around. So it's actually moving down rather than away. So I'll head us in the opposite direction and see what happens. They'll get to a point where that will flick back to where it should be going. But we're probably that far away. Whoa, speed's reduced. Hang on. Speed's going right down to the ground. We can't stall out here. So I'll lower that. Try and pick up some speed. Lower the pitch. And full throttle it. We're only cleared up to 21,000 anyway. Right. What was the course they said? Let me see.
Say again. BCC 1704.
BCC 1704. Roger.
040. So we need to set 040. There we go. Now it's moving down. There we go. Now we're heading in the right direction. The mileage is going down, and that's what it should be. So this will eventually retune itself correctly, but we were heading in the wrong direction. So now we're going in the right direction, and our speed is picking up slowly. And we're on our way up to 21,000 feet. So it's just, yeah, just desert out there, isn't it?
Los Angeles, Center, WestJet 1333. With you passing flight level 170 for flight level 220.
1333. Roger. Climb to flight level 220.
Climbing to flight level 220. WestJet 1333.
That's what passengers see. Wow. Nice. Screenshot. Leave the desert as far as the eye can see. Where is the Grand Canyon? Are we anywhere near the Grand Canyon? I have no idea what a Grand Canyon is. Speed's fine. We're heading in the right direction. Increase our climb. And we're on our way up to 21,000 feet. Once we hit 21,000 feet, I mean, that's pretty much it really in terms of...
And we can just sit back and drink?
And then you can sit back and... What's that bottle in your purse there?
Ah, don't worry about that.
Hey? What's going on? What's going on? Right. Well, I'm going to release the cabin crew from their seat, so that can go off. And because we're at such a shallow angle, we're going to reduce that down to 500 feet. People won't even realize, and I'm going to say we're at our cruise level, and that they can go walk around if they want, and we'll start serving them coffee as well. Well, the time is only... Oh, it's lunchtime anyway, so I'd say as soon as we do level out, I'll start giving them some meals, and I'll release the crew to say, right, mealtime.
What we eat today?
I don't know. If you want to actually go have a word with the stewardess and like find out what they're going to be giving us.
Pick up a chicken vodka?
And chicken vodka. I don't know about that one. Cheeky vodka, right, sorry, okay. 030, check.
Heading 030 for Echo Kilo Romeo.
Continue on navigation.
BCC 1704.
Right. Wow. Look at that. Right, so the passengers are fine. Wow. Where was Vegas? Vegas is gone. Vegas is like gone. Goner than gone. It's gone. Right, 21,000 feet coming up. No, I'm sure there are more VOR points that we can connect into. You know what? I didn't actually set the VOR points up. I've just realised.
So, what, how do you say, fly blind?
So, yeah, navigation, nil point.
Nil point.
Yeah. So, I've got to quickly do some homework now. And then we can fly by SP.
Hurry up, I can't put shit back in, dog.
Yeah, you can't put it. Yeah, you can't. Who's told you you can? Right. So, one is Hanksville 115.9, which we can try and tune that into. And see where that will take us. There we go. There. No, there is. Oh shit! Yeah, we need autopilot off. Altitude switch on. We're a little bit higher than 21,000, but that's fine. We're 192 miles away from that VOR, so now we can say dinner time to them. They're snacking on something to eat. Were you speaking with the stewardess to find out what we were eating?
She said we get whatever left.
Of what?
Of the shit.
Of the sheet. Okay.
Los Angeles Center, SkyWest 341.
115.2 is the one after that.
Passing flight level 3304, flight level 280.
3418, roger. Descend to flight level 280.
Descending to flight level.
So in 190 miles, that will be the next VOR point. That's pretty much it. We basically just got all this to look at, really. Oof, beautiful.
Don't start with them sexy noises around me.
I ain't saying nothing.
Problem told me about it.
What? What are you on about? Problem told you nothing.
He told me about your sexy noises when you see
sexy noises.
outside.
But it's gorgeous. Look at that. Ah. You can see Bear Grylls there trying to survive down there somewhere. Oh, kill us. Here we go. Look at this. Oh. Hey, I think we're coming up the, looks like this is the Grand Canyon we're coming up on here. Beautiful. That's basically about it. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do is I'll do some video here of the journey, but until then I'm going to bring us back when we start to descend and need to set up for our descent. So, it's not a long flight, so like less than an hour, a couple of hours. So 2.6 is that's on our flight plan, isn't it? 2.6, yes. Okay. Right then. So let's keep the passengers happy. You do what you got to do to keep them happy, and we'll be right back. we are 80 miles from our top of descent, so we need to start our descent checklist off soon. We are on BAC1-11, but there's no controllers, but there is planes passing into Minneapolis constantly, so we have to kind of be mindful of our position and where other planes are. Our customer satisfaction is 38%. We had a bit of turbulence and had to buckle them up. They didn't like it. So, how do you know? So we'll give them a coffee and they can sit their asses down soon. Whilst we do our approach, we need the where we're going to be going sort of to sort out. So looking at the weather for where we're going, because it would be nice to know what runway we need to land at. So the wind is blowing 360 and the runways we have an option are 04, 12, 17, 22, 30. But if it's blowing 360, we don't want to be with the wind behind us as we come into land. It's best to have the wind blowing in our face. So really, we kind of want a runway like 12 or 17. So there's no controllers to tell us which runways are in use, you know, or anybody else. It's like there's nobody at the airport, so it makes a difference which one we choose. So let's have a look at, there is already a arrival given to us by the Swan arrival on the Torquay, which is this one here. So we have to be sure to be at above 24,000 here at Eric's, and then we have to make sure that we're above 13,000 at Torquay and no faster than 208 knots. And then we have to make sure to be above 10,000 at Jaden here. And as we descend, it's a straight into the runway by the looks of it. This is actually a straight in. So we're going to go with 12 right. RNAV Z. Oh, it's not a straight in, it's a kind of a twisty twangy. So that's basically it. Actually, no, we'll do the ILS. We'll do the ILS approach. So first things first is we need to see we are 68 miles away from our top of descent. We don't need to let passengers know until we're 40 miles out. So we've got 20 miles to sort our shit out. So we need to prepare for our landing.
Okay.
So let's go through the descent checklist. Descent checklist, please.
Descent checklist.
APU starts. Okay. Start the APU up. APU control on. Push to start the APU. And the APU has started. No smoking signs on. Check. Seatbelt signs on in 20 miles. So we'll come back to that one. Booster pumps can go on. Check, they're on. Crossfeed valve, check, it's closed. We're going too fast for flaps, unfortunately. We need to slow down before we flap it. So we can't set any flaps yet.
Stop flapping on descent then.
Are you getting a little bit cheeky, buddy? Captain is king. Well, no, that's not really true, but Captain is king. The other queen. Right. Okay, so let's get our information for our arrivals. So we need to be coming in. There should be another waypoint we can plug into actually, which is 113.3, which I think is the next one we're going to plug into, which we'll be plugging into in about 50 miles. And then once we do that, we will be able to tune in to the approach. We're in runway 12 right. 12 right. We're using the ILS runway 12 right. So 12 right, the ILS runway, which will be this one, I believe. So we need to tune into the runway, which is 12 right, and the localizer is 110.3, which is the frequency to tune us in on the final approach of 121. And we are cleared down to 4,000 feet, and then it's a step climb down. So yeah, we need this VOR 0, yep, 0.3. There's a VOR over there. Torque unit. 115.3 is the one after 113.3. So that should give us enough information to get us where we need to go. Put that on the other screen. So we've got the airport information, the elevation at the airport, is that right? Is 1025 is the pressure. It's 4 knots of wind, blowing 360, no rain, partly cloudy, down to the ground basically. So this should be a very interesting approach, really. So we can tell our passengers now to sit down. So seatbelt signs are going on. Yep. And we'll give them we'll pass out some drinks in case there's nervous passengers, you know.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, once again, you'll be delighted to know that we will shortly be starting our descent, at which point the cabin crew will start preparing for our arrival. If you can make sure all aisles are clear for the cabin crew as they start making their way around the aircraft, it would be most appreciated. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are about to start serving alcoholic drinks.
So we're going to be going down in about 35 minutes. So what's the next checklist? Is to slow down for flaps, is it? Okay, so we've got some time. So, no worries. When we track on the next VOR. Let's see if the next VOR does actually come up. It does, so that's cool. Brilliant. Just got to keep on the course here now. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Fields down there. You just can't. It's like heaven, Okay, let's get back in the plane because we're probably veering off course here. We need to be careful. So I'm going to flick over to the next VOR, and that will realign our course. I think we're slightly off it, and we're going to start to descend. So we're on the BAC1-11 network. There are people, I think, in the area, so I don't need to announce me descent, but we just got to be careful. There's somebody above us, 2 hour flight, in fact. So, and there are other people coming into Minneapolis. Minneapolis. So we have to be careful of that as well. Right then, let's start our descent. So, throttles back, and altitude knob going down. Make sure we are 13 miles away, so we'll descend a little bit slower because I have descended as like 10 miles too early. So we have to kind of remain at a certain altitude. So we'll drop that speed. We're under 250 now, that's fine. We have to be above 24,000, and then there's another altitude restriction of like 13. So really 13 is what we're looking for here. So speed's dropping a bit. Keep that above 200. That's it. And we'll let people know that we've started to descend, which we can't do yet. It'll come up in a second. Oop. 8 minutes they're expecting, so. Right, so the VOR point that we're heading to is the Swan VOR. And then after that we tune into 115.3, so you might as well set that up now, 115.3. That is actually the airport itself, so that's only going to give us a general direction on which to go. We have to follow the arrival chart for the rest of the instructions on how to get to on the path, because this plane doesn't have a computer that will do it for us. We have to do it ourselves, so we have to use the compass, you know, to navigate this way or that way. So 85 miles. Oh, thousand feet. 200 knots going in. Everything's perfect. We're slowly descending. Transition height. Is 18,000 feet. So when we hit 18,000 feet, I need to reset the pressure, the air pressure for the plane, so the plane understands where the floor is when we come into land. So we're up to the flap section of the descent approach, aren't we? So I can actually set the first stage of flaps now, I believe. So I'll set first stage flaps. First stage flaps set. Oh yeah! Get these passengers out of the way. Tell them we've started our descent. Oh yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen from the cockpit, you may have noticed we've begun descending to our destination. We're not expecting any delays, so we should have you on the ground in the next 20 minutes or so. If you could assist the cabin crew by tying in your tray and having them any they never see on the ground, it would be most appreciated. And make sure to fasten your seatbelt. For safety reasons, please turn off all electronic devices and switch on the airplane mode until after we've landed. Please note the aircraft toilets are now open. Thank you.
One person coming into Minneapolis. He's at 15,000 feet, so they'll land way before us. That's fine. You gotta be careful not to exceed past 13,000 feet. So we have to kind of go down slow enough. Which we need to up our throttles a little bit because our speed's dropping. We want to keep around 220 in the speed department. We can't exceed 230, so that's why I want to keep it under that by setting it to 220. Well, if we go too slow, we fall out of the sky. There's not enough thrust pushing us forward to remain us in the air. The only thing keeping us in the air is the fact that we have tremendous thrust pressure behind us, pushing us forward. That's the only thing keeping us in the air. When that thrust decreases and there's no more force behind us pushing us, our nose goes down and we fall out of the sky. That's why we have to keep at a certain speed to keep the plane in the air. Otherwise the plane goes bye-bye. So we don't want that. We don't want to say bye-bye. Because then we don't get to New York. You know?
New York? How do you do New York?
Well, what's in New York? What's happening in New York?
Shopping.
You're going shopping in New York?
Shopping.
What are you buying in New York?
Ah, that's fine.
Oh, okay. Secrets. Just clear, you're not KGB, are you?
If I tell you I have to kill you.
That's a yes. Right, okay. Say no more. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, put that down there. It's just... What? What? Okay, so what's the mileage away from that waypoint now? 54 miles, okay. And the next one, does that pop up at all? The airport does pop up, so I'm gonna just automatically queue us to go to the airport, but we've got to be careful because we have to kind of remain on a set path going down. So really, in 52 miles is when we're going to actually change our course again, even though it says 137. That's just 137 miles to the airport now. That's how far away we are from the airport. But we have to do a turn before then. We have to do a turn in 50 miles, which will be turning us about 065, I reckon. So, which is to the right a little bit. So, it'll be more like, oh, we're actually headed 067, so we're actually headed in the right direction for this course change. So it'll probably actually be 072, like that. And then once we get to a certain point, we then tune into the ILS frequency of the runway, and our plane then can make sure it's lined up with the runway exactly. ILS is the landing system, the lights landing system. So can we go through the rest of the checklist, because I think there's some more after the flaps. Yeah, on the flaps. Speed brake 0, check. Sorry?
Threshold speed.
Yes, we know our landing speed, yes. Or our entry threshold is 230, yes. That's been set. So, before landing checklist now, I think we need to go through. APU is, yes, online running check. APU air delivery valve open check.
APU air crossfeed open.
Air crossfeed valve open check.
Aircon master APU.
Aircon master sets the APU, check.
Start city relay.
Well, we'll hold off on that one just for now. And we'll wait until we get down to about 10,000 before we do that. So we're actually just about to pass. We're just about to pass 18,000, which is a where we have to retune for the pressure of the air to sea level. Because different airports, they sit at different altitudes all around the world, and it's all based off the heights of the ocean, the base sea level. You know, it's basically the sets for the Earth, but then the Earth is above the ocean at a lot of points, but sometimes the Earth is actually below the ocean, sea level. So planes have to allow for this elevation difference when they're coming into a runway. Different airports operate at different elevations, basically. So we have to know the elevation of the airport and sort of make that amendment, and we have to manually do it in this plane. So, but the air pressure we can set. So the air pressure for where we're landing, look at the airport conditions. Usually ATC would tell us this is 1025. So 1025, recalibrate that. And now we're actually 300 feet higher than we thought we would be. So the plane would have thought it was landing, but still had about 400 feet left to go. So that's, and if it was in the opposite direction, you'd have hit ground before you realised. That's how planes have crashed in the past. Right, yeah, so we don't want that. So in about 30 miles, we're going to be doing a turn to 072, which I've already kind of keyed into the navigation. I've just got to fly to that heading. It's not too far off what we're doing now, to be fair. But it's a bit cloudy. I was kind of hoping it wouldn't be as cloudy, so we could see the arrival, but we're going to go through some clouds, it seems. Yeah, there'll be a point where we can't see anything, so... I'll be coming up soon. Right. So, we are still above... Oh, hang on, wait. It says above 24,000 there. Oops. Okay, so we're coming up to a waypoint. And we should be switching over soon. 25 miles, we'll be doing a turn. Everything has to be precise, otherwise we end up on the wrong course for the runway. We are dangerously low. What am I thinking? Let's say. Right. Going through the clouds. Speed's been alright. We are probably ready to do that turn in less than 20 miles. So when it gets to 85 miles there, we're going to do a turn to 072, and then that's our course heading until we although saying that, no, we'll stay on the 072, and then we tune into the runway once we get down to about 6,000 feet. So we can only go down as low as 13,000 feet at the moment, which is fine because we're at 17. So we can actually probably increase our rate of settling here. Lower our throttles a little bit. We'll see where we're at. 10 miles to go, and then we will do the turn. 10 miles. I think we're going to be going through the clouds at that point. Bye bye. Time to descend through the clouds. We're A-okay. Going in the clouds. That's it. Cloud time. So at the moment we're just watching the speed because we don't want to overspeed because we have restrictions now. We have to remain under. Oh, actually, we have to remain under 280 knots, so we can afford to go up to 250, although we've extended our flaps. So flaps can only operate at a certain speed, and if we're going too fast and we deploy flaps, they can actually get ripped off our wings, and they'll break off. So we have to remain under 250 now because we've deployed the first stage of flaps. And then as we start to get lower, we'll deploy more flaps to slow us down, which means we have to remain at that speed. So it's now a case of managing speed versus altitude. We don't want to descend too fast, and we don't want to break any air laws, but we also want to make sure none of our equipment's going to fall off. Exactly. All this has got to be calculated. So it's a constant maintaining of the throttle versus the pitch of the plane. You can decrease your speed by pitching your nose up a little bit, or by decreasing the throttles. You have choices. So, but once you sort of choose one of them, like it could be hard to reverse that. So once we pitch down, and start to go faster, it might even be harder to pitch back up. So it's kind of a throttle decrease, pitch down and up dance, a dance in the sky, basically. Yeah, so we're approaching our waypoint soon, which is going to make us at 13,000. So our which is good because we can't go lower than 13,000 at the moment. So when that's about 65 miles out is when we should be at 13,000. It looks like we have plenty of fuel, but there's none in the center. It's all in the wings. But it looks like we're gonna have plenty of fuel, so I don't know why we would run out. I guess we haven't burnt as much, you know, during. Oh, the bullshit! What bullshit? Oh, right, yeah, a little bit here, wasn't it? Okay. Okay, so there's a guy going into land right now. He's at 5,000 feet, so he's gonna be landing. He'll be off the runway. There's no one else coming in that I can see yet. There is somebody who's at 33,000 feet. He's coming into our airport from Miami. He could be there as we get there, so we have to kind of be careful here. We'll have to announce things. We don't have to announce though until we're literally on the ILS for the runway. And it looks like farming fields down there. And clouds. Look at those towering clouds, man. Oh my life. We've lost it. We've broken through the clouds again. We've gone through the clouds again. No. Right. 14,000. Speed is 210, 20-ish is good. And 69 miles to go. We're right on course. We are on the Bobby Ball course here. When we get down to 10,000 feet, we can continue with our checklist item. What is the next checklist item? Start switches. Hey, we can do start switches now actually. So set that to motor and switch to relight. Alright, switches have been set to relight. Coming out underneath the cloud layer now. What's the next checklist item? Hydraulic auxiliary 1 on. Gear down that'll be further away. Yeah, we haven't put our landing lights out yet. We've still got some way to go yet. These clouds. Oh, we're underneath the cloud layer now. Just about. When we get down to about 50 miles away from the airport, or no, I said 65, didn't I? We're probably going to be doing a turn soon. Oh, yeah, that's the money shot. Here comes the money shot.
What is this money shot?
Oh, the money shot is the one shot where it's just money. It's money, that is.
Money.
It's good.
It's
yeah? Good. It's what is it? Da ya. How do you say yes in Russian?
Da.
Da is it?
Da.
Da. Okay. Oh, look at that. That is just pure money. Yeah. If you say. I mean, you look out your window and you see this and you go, whatever's. Problem Alfie's got some problems here. He ain't trained you right. Problem has no problem. Okay. Right, let's get in and make sure our speed is kosher, because we don't want to be over speeding and tearing flaps off. So yeah, don't want to damage those flaps. So right, we will be doing a little bit of a turn now. So we're going to turn on the course. The ILS, which we're too high for it to kick in one, I think. So we know the runway is, we have to line up to the right, so we can actually realign this course now. Because when we get down to 10,000 feet, we have to do a turn. We have to do a turn 042. So, because if our runway is 121, then we have to be kind of at an L. It's hard to describe here. So this 2-1 represents our runway heading. Yeah. So in order for us to line up for the runway, we have to be going at like a perpendicular angle to from here, the 2-1, to about here, which is going to be about 14. So we'll have to turn like 1-4, so we can come across the runway at an angle, if that makes sense. Hang on, what's happening here? So we also at the same time have to do a turn 042 when we hit 10,000 feet. So we are now below 13,000, so the next limit is 11,000. Speed's good. The next speed restraint is at 10,000 feet, where we have to be below 250 knots. Otherwise, we get fired. Break aviation law, and I think they hunt it down because yeah, they shoot you out the sky if you break the aviation law. I'm pretty sure that's the rules. It is in Russia. Yeah, let's not mention your homeland climate. Right. Road's down there. Okay. 12,000 feet. Where's that dude? He's landed, and he's coming in. He's coming in as well. There's quite a few people coming in now. So, okay. The airport should be over here somewhere, like in this general direction. So we basically we're actually headed right to it. So, like right now the airport is dead ahead, but we need to do a turn in order to line up to the runway in the correct direction. So our turn actually probably now is probably involving turning now to 042. So that's the direction we'll be needing to turn according to the flight plan when we hit 10,000 feet. So we're at 12,000 at the moment. Whoa, look at that little town down there. Beautiful. More money shots. Yeah, so the airport should be somewhere around here. Right, here we go. This is where it's pucker time, because we've got serious speed restraints now. 250, no bullshit. Okay, we're going to start to do our turn now when this gets to 10,000 feet. So we're coming down. So, and then after that we have we have to be at 7,000 feet when we approach the base turn for the runway, because we have to be at 4,000 feet on the descent down into the runway. So on final, kind of on the 20-mile approach to the actual runway, we have to be at 4,000 feet. So we've got to continually be monitoring these gauges to make sure that we are at the right place at the right time. And all of this is for aviation safety, because if they have particular roads going into an airport, then you know where there's a plane going to be. Even if you haven't got the equipment on board to see it, you'll know, in this vicinity there's going to be planes at this altitude going in this direction. And then that's where we have to visually look out if we don't have the equipment to see them, which we don't actually. This plane is not equipped with any GPS or any type of navigational TCAS system where we can see other planes in the sky. It's all done visually. And as you can imagine, planes are like as big as a speck of dust in this big open sky. You won't see it until it's right in front of you. So there's a lot of to go on in this plane, a lot to go on. Right, we need to do our turn. 10,000, we're 30 miles out now, so we're going to be turning now to 042, I believe it was. Nice. And we basically can now, because we're too high still, so if I set the ILS to the runway, oh, it does capture it. Okay, cool. So basically, when I tune this around, this is the direction of the runway, which probably it won't actually pick it up because we're not in the right direction. Yeah, we're not actually high. We're not at the right height for it to actually pick up a correct thing. But we do know the direction of the runway, which is 121. So I can set this to 121 and kind of know that somewhere in the direction this is that way. So this is now telling me, because I know this is the direction of the runway, we need to be actually going this way now, because we need to be approaching the runway from the side, like an L shape. Yeah. So basically, when you've set the course for the runway, which is 121, then this line here represents the runway. So we're going to go across the runway path, but when this white line here matches up with this white line, we are actually passing the runway on our right, and that's the time we need to do our turn. So next restriction is we have to actually be at 7,000 feet soon, so we're actually going now descending too slowly. So I'm going to increase our rate of descent to 700 feet. I'm going to bring our throttles back because we need to be down to 7,000 feet literally in like a minute. When we're 20 miles from the runway, we need to be actually turning on the runway course. So this has to kind of all sync up. So I want to pull another stage of flaps to help slow us down. And we now probably can't go above 200 miles an hour, which is good because our speed limit is 230 now. So that covers us. Look at that. Oh yeah. Beautiful. Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's the stuff, isn't it?
Bang bang money shot?
That is the bang bang money shot. You're absolutely right, love. That is the big bang money shot. That's that Big Bang Theory. Boom. All these little houses down here doing their little business, doing whatever they gotta do, survive, and whatever. Parks. They got some play park over there. Look at this. Nice. Sweet. Nice little reservoir thing there. Beautiful, eh? Absolutely gorgeous. Wow. I mean, that is it, isn't it? That's all you can say. It's gorgeous. It's the plane going down actually. Hang on. We're going a bit slow here. So speed up. Right, we're 20 miles away. So actually, we should actually. Why is everybody screaming? Why are people screaming? Delayed by 25 minutes. There's no cause to scream. What are they going on about, these people? I know. Hey, chill out, man. Fucking delayed by 25 minutes? It's the end of the world. Right. So that's picking up a little bit. So in all honesty, should that be? We're not low enough to be picking up yet. We're at 8,000 feet. What did I say our altitude was? 7,000? Yeah. So, I mean, in all honesty, because we're 20 miles out, we should be turning in for the runway. So, according to this, though, we haven't actually hit it. So I will turn us towards the runway. And we'll see what's what. But it's probably not going to actually sync up until we're about 6,000 feet. So we have to be at the right altitude for that to pick us up. So, but because we're below 10,000, we need to extend our landing lights. So, landing lights extended. There we go. What's the next checklist item, please? Gear doesn't come down yet until we're about 3,000 feet off the ground. So. Altimeters, yep, we've set and checked that. That's satisfactory. In fact, there's the runway in sight.
Airfield and runway?
Yep, airfield and runway in sight. We can now shimmy over because we're slightly off the course. That's why that hasn't moved, because we're too far on this side. So we need to shimmy over. And we need to slow down. I'm actually going to take, I think, the autopilot off, and I'm going to hand fly the rest of this. So, autopilot off. I've got the plane. Gear can come down in a bit. Not ready yet. Okay, I'm hand flying. Speed reducing. Set some trim up. Ooh, not too much up. Right. We're quite high. We do need to make up some height, so I'm going to reduce my throttles and pitch down a little bit more drastically. When we get to 3,000 feet, please tell me and I'll drop the gear. So, prepare cabin for arrival, girls. Here we go. We're coming in very fast, so I'm going to put another stage of flaps out.
Cabin crew, please prepare the cabin for landing. Thank you.
Which I can't really do because we're going quite fast, so that's the warning for flaps. We're going too fast to release that. So we pitch up a little bit, hopefully lose some of this. Yeah, we're going a bit fast. Okay. So we're kind of on the 20-mile final now, so I'm going to do an announcement because, Minneapolis traffic, Caledonia 1704 on a 20-mile final, so runway 19 right, passing 4,000 feet. Right, so that's telling anybody in the area we're coming in. Our speed needs to bleed off. We're at 3,000 feet now, so I'll put the gear down and full flaps. And because we're on final, I'm going to put the landing lights on. And our speed should literally just kind of decrease down to the point where we can land this plane. So we don't want to go too slow though, because we'll lose heights. We'll lose, the ability to stay in the air. Yeah. So the PAPI lights are saying we're too low, and my speed is drastically dropping way too low. So we've got to be careful here. We need to land at about 150 miles an hour. So, and I can't go below 120, otherwise we will stall out of the sky. I am still pitching down, so... Okay, what's the rest of the checklist, please?
Gear check.
Gear down, 3 green.
Brakes.
Brakes, check and set. Got the other brakes.
Flaps, 45 degrees.
Flaps 45 degrees, check.
Landing lamps, down and on.
Landing lamps down and on, check.
Autopilot off.
Autopilot is...
APU and dampener off.
APU is off and yaw dampener is off, check. That's it? Right, so it's just land the plane now, isn't it?
No.
Exactly what we're doing. Okay. Right. Minneapolis traffic, Caledonia 1704 on final to land, runway 19 right. Here we go. The last landing we did in this plane did not go as planned, just to let you know. We landed in a field short of the runway. Well, it's only fair to be honest, isn't it? Yeah, I mean, so here we go, we're coming in.
Where's my vodka?
I think I drank it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, speed's good. I'm going to pitch it up a bit because we need to do a good landing here. Landing rating's in. What do you reckon we're going to land at? Landing rating.
176.
176, okay. Here we go. 1,000 feet. Full flaps check. Coming in. And we're going to hit these ILS lights here. And it's going to be butter. I can't believe it's not butter. Or it could be margarine. Oh! It's right, speed brakes, full reverse. I don't know if that happens or not, but what was that rating? Minus 2,600 and fuck off. Not a chance. Bitches are bloody moaning again. Minus dangerous landing. Do you know what? I'm gonna fucking replay that shit. Right, we're coming off to the right here. So we're gonna go park over in the naughty corner. Here we go, coming off the runway. Yeah, that's it. Light them if you've got them. Definitely. Right, taxi lights on. We're gonna come off here. Landing lights off. Okay. That is shocking.
Bullshit.
Yeah, Minneapolis traffic, Caledonia 1704, clear of the runway. And that's how you do that. Alright, can you gather all the insurance claim forms, please? I think people are going to start kicking off. Right. I would say let's get GSX to come pick me up, but I don't think it's going to get me to yeah, it's bullshit. So let's go.
We do after landing check.
After landing checklist, please.
Start switches off.
Start switches to off. Hang on, I haven't set these to off yet. Off, check.
Anti-icing off.
Anti-icing off, check.
Landing lights off.
Landing lights off, check.
Hydraulic pump, aux 1 off.
Hydraulic auxiliary 1 off, check.
Flaps off.
Flaps retracted, speed brake retracted, check.
Speed brake lift damper 0.
Yes, no dampener 0.
Pilot heater off.
Pit out heater is off.
Autopilot master off.
Autopilot master off, check.
Tail trim 0.
Tail trim, I have a 0 now, check.
Flaps check up.
Flaps up, check.
And this is it until shutdown.
And that's it. So we'll come in here. It's a bit rainy. It looks like it's been raining here today. Right. And let's remove these crying people. And we'll get ourselves in here on this one. No marshal are here yet. They haven't arrived. I don't think they're expecting it yet. Here we go. Parking is in. That'll do. Brakes set. Check. Right. Let's see if there is any part. The next checklist item, please.
Shut down. Parking brakes on.
Parking brakes on. Select. Check.
Windshield heat off.
Windshield heats off. Check.
APU check on.
APU is not on. Hang on. Now it's on. Check. APU is on.
Engine generator control trip.
Engine generator control trip both. Check.
Start levers shut.
Start levers shut. Check.
Engines off.
Engines off.
Seatbelt sign off.
Check.
Pumps off.
Fuel boost pumps off. Check. LP valve closed. Check. Beacon off.
Taxi left lights off.
Taxi off. Check.
Nav lights off.
Navigation lights off. Check.
Generator control trip.
And a generator control trip. Check. APU control switch to off. Check. And turn the battery off. Check. I think it's moved us completely somewhere different. I guessed where we were, but it's not exactly anywhere where we were. So anyway, we have email, so yeah, slid over here. FedEx, give me your staircase. We got the GPU unit. Open the doors, girls. Seatbelt signs can come off. Deboarding play.
The aircraft is secure. Please open doors. Thank you.
And deboard this plane. Right, everybody can get off now. We're done. Yeah, I guess you're free to go. I guess you can jump off with everybody else if you want to. It's we're going to be leaving like tomorrow on the next flight, where we're going to go to Toronto in Canada. You ever been to Canada? No, me neither. So that'll be something to look forward to. So don't go too wild tonight, because what's that? Party later? I mean, I'm
not too much party because you want to fly.
I got to fly the plane, so I can't be partying hardly anything. Yeah. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on that one. But I might be able to. Yeah, I might be able to. But what? Oh, is your husband gonna be alright with that?
Yes, it's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Okay. No worries.
We made it come. Let's go to the same makeup.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we'll be full flight deck if he does. There'll be loads of people in. Is anybody getting off this plane or what? Oh, here comes the bus. Right, well that's it. As everybody deboards, I'm gonna say thank you for watching. Tune in on the next flight where we fly to Toronto, Canada, which will probably be tomorrow for Within the Sim, but for you guys when you watch it, could be weeks. Who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Yeah, Canada Dry. Yeah. I'm gonna go and get some wet food now. I'm starving. I am. So I need some munch. I need to eat. So plain food. We got Cheetos on today's flight. Cheetos. Yeah, we ate Cheetos. That's what they were supposed to be. Anyway, don't forget I run a competition, or giveaway rather, on this channel every single month. Last Friday of every month is when I do the draw on my live vlog, Rate My Plate Away, where I give away €50 of Sim Market vouchers. And to be in a chance to win it, all you have to do is be a subscriber to this channel and leave a comment in any of my P3D videos for the month of April, and one lucky winner will be announced. Thank you so much for watching, and take care, and say la vie.
Bye bye.
Bye.